It's cold outside, y'all. Hey, I'm Granville Emerson, and welcome to Little Iron Sports with my co-host, Seattle sports enthusiast, Renault Bean, affectionately known as Pepe. What up, bro?
What up, yo?
I'm feeling like Chi-Town out there mixed with a little Seattle, all that wind blowing up in this easy. Wow.
Seattle.
Man, all that wind. I guess that's a reverb from the Miami Hurricanes as they smacked Notre Dame 41-8.
Is 8.
The Canes are back, Pep. I mean, bring back Luke Skywalker. Not the dude from Star Wars either.
No.
I'm talking about...
No, we talking about 2 Live Crew.
Luther Campbell and the 2 Live Crew.
That's right.
DJ, do you got some 2 Live Crew over there? Move something or funky as they want to be? Any of that?
Yeah.
Anyway, the Canes are back.
Yes, sir.
I wanted it to be a good game though, Pep.
Well, we always do. However,
I mean, I had a engagement to go to later on that night, and I was like, man, I need to record this. I hate to leave. I really before I could get one pants leg on, it was already blowing. Already blowing Notre Dame out. I'm like, what's up with that? We'll talk about that more a little later on in the show. Talk about separation weekend that happened in college football.
All right.
Also, a little separation happened in the NFL this weekend with the NFL teams, and we'll get to that with NFL Pep Talk with Pep. Are the Rams really that good?
We'll find out.
They're 7-2 and 4-0 on the road.
Yes.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Los Angeles.
Man. NBA preseason rolls on with the Boston Nuggets riding a 12-game win streak. Yeah, I said preseason because, you know, it don't matter until after the All-Star break. The Chris Paulus Houston Rockets lead the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Without Chris, they don't need that.
They don't need that,
dude.
Dude.
Know why they traded for him. But
that was a waste.
Yeah, well, college hoops got underway over the past weekend as well. We'll talk about that. And, of course, we got Seahawks and Huskies football and some Husky basketball on the menu, as well as the first look at Seattle Metro League teams. I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah,
you can
please
join
do.
In with that. Today was the first day of high school basketball. I just came from basketball practice over at Seattle Preparatory School.
Y'all ready?
Not yet.
Honesty.
Yeah, we got a little time before the first game.
Gotcha.
Anyway, Pep, what's up with LaMelo Ball getting arrested on shoplifting charges in Hangzhou, China?
Man, what's up? Who knows? I can't figure that out.
Is he?
Him and 2 other teammates.
Yeah, Cody Riley and Jalen Hill, all 3 of them freshmen.
Right, and the team has already, UCLA is already back in the States,
but they
minus those 3.
They're under house arrest at the hotel.
Now, did you see the video of LeVar and it was LaMelo? LiAngelo's the one that got arrested. LaMelo's
LaMelo's the one that wrecked the car.
Yeah.
So they were both $200,000 car.
Yeah, so they were both in China signing autographs. Meanwhile, brother is in jail, he's on hotel arrest.
LiAngelo,
correct.
Okay, I can't keep up with him. Only one I know for sure is Lonzo.
Yeah.
All right, so they're under house arrest, and I understand that the 45th president of the United States allegedly put a word in for him with the president of China.
Y'all can't see my eye roll.
But did you know what the president of China said?
What?
We'll treat him fairly. I was expecting, man, I was reading that. I was expecting the president of China would say, okay, you know, just go ahead and take him home this time and, you know, you deal with it there. And they're like, nah. Hey.
Well, they stole from 3 or 4 different stores.
And caught on videotape.
Man.
3 shoplifting at 3 different stores.
Man, please.
Hey, you know what? They better be glad they wasn't in Dubai.
Ooh.
Do you know what happens in Dubai if you get caught stealing? Yeah, they chop your hand off.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be like, you will be getting no more 5-finger discounts.
Well, you get either a short
you will
sleeve
not
or
even
long,
have any fingers.
You get a short sleeve or long sleeve.
Hey, folks, rule number 1 when you're overseas. Do not commit a crime in a foreign country.
Do not.
Do not. Their laws are not the same as ours. Do not commit a crime. Do not collect $200 from somebody you don't know, because you might go straight to jail.
Let's get all the cliches in. You can't do the time.
Don't do the crime.
No, sir.
Oh, man, that's... When I first saw that, I'm like, what in the world is going on? I'm thinking that he's doing this to bring some attention to himself. He had no need to shoplift. His brother's making millions. His brother's buying whatever he wants.
It don't make no sense, bro.
Well, you know,
I mean,
he wasn't getting any attention, Pep. I mean,
well, he is now.
Lonzo was getting all the attention, and LaMelo had his own shoe, and his daddy told him, and he don't even dream about going to the NBA. You're probably not even going. I'm like, who tells a kid that anyway? Come on.
That makes sense.
I mean, you know what I mean? So maybe that was his attempt to get some attention. I really don't know. I mean, it's kind of sad. I'm like, man, come on. And these other dudes, Cody Riley and Jalen Hill, I don't know what y'all was thinking about either. Like, come on, man, you're over there representing.
I want to know whose idea it was.
Well, I would venture to say, Pep, that this was not their first attempt at shoplifting.
You don't think so?
You know what I mean?
You don't think this was the first time? Let's go ahead and let's do this.
I don't think they got all the way over to China and say, hey, let's.
You know, I got an idea.
Let's get some of this Gucci, some of this Louis Vuitton. They can't see what we doing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got that.
I know we can get that in Beverly Hills, but that's home, man.
That eye in the sky don't lie. There's always some camera watching you. Anyway, moving on to the court. In college hoops, projected NBA first-round player, the first pick projected in the first round,
right?
Marvin Bagley III had 24 points on 11 of 17 shooting and 10 rebounds.
Now, where's he at now?
Number 1, Duke.
Duke, I should have known.
99-69 win over Utah Valley. Now, my number 1 pick, which I think he will eventually be the number 1 pick.
Oh, I feel that.
There's a lot of people that say it might be Marvin Bagley. Others say it's Michael Porter Jr., who will be the first pick in the draft.
Right.
He didn't play.
Well, he played 2 minutes.
Yeah, he didn't play, Pep. Come on. I read the report. Come on. He didn't play.
Okay.
He got out there for 2 minutes. As a matter of fact, Cuonzo Martin, University of Missouri's head coach, said the only reason they played him 2 minutes because he was already in the scorer's book listed as a starter. So if he doesn't start, that's a technical foul.
Okay.
Even they could absorb the technical though. Come on, man, Cuonzo. I mean, I guess he didn't want to look. He didn't want it to look bad, so he started him anyway. He has a hip injury, undisclosed hip injury,
now,
and they kept him out for precautions.
Okay, so it didn't say how it occurred
during warm-ups.
Man, he's what, 20, 19?
Yeah.
Man, that's kind of young to have hip injury.
Hey, I'm feeling for him right now because I got a hip injury too. I'm rehabbing my hip.
Well, you be putting that dip in your hip. That's why.
That pimp walk. Trying not to pimp walk, y'all. Now I got the old man walk. Anything but a cane. Right. Can't be Big Daddy Kane up in here. Man, that's funny. Like, I remember the last time I injured myself, I hurt my knee playing basketball. And, you know, at prep, at halftime, you got to get up off the bench and walk through the crowd to get to the locker room. Man, I was doing everything I could not to limp.
Trying not to be like Fred Sanford. Looking
like the old man walking off the floor. Man. It's that vanity will get to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, the top 5 in college basketball, Pep. They got Duke at number 1.
Duh.
Michigan State at 2. Arizona. Now I understand. Were you able to watch them play at all this weekend?
Not yet.
I didn't watch them play.
I didn't watch any.
I understand they got some 7-foot dude that's handling the rock.
Wow.
At Arizona.
You know what? I saw a little bit of Seton Hall and Monmouth of all teams.
Monmouth, yeah.
Well, you know, I used to live right by Monmouth, so I'm kind of partial to them.
You know, their fight song is one of the most popular songs there. I mean, is played as a jazz standard, the Monmouth College fight song.
Now, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I heard it at the Montrose Jazz Festival.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there. I heard it live on the recording.
Right.
Yeah, so that's in Switzerland. so yeah, Monmouth College. So to round it out, Kansas is at 4 and Kentucky is 5. That's the top 5 we're going to give you today for college basketball. Just getting it started.
Mm-hmm.
You're listening to Lidline Sports with Granville Emerson and Renault Pepe Bean.
Mm-hmm.
On the football side, we talked about Miami beating Notre Dame 41-8.
Yes.
Notre Dame quarterback Brandon Wimbush, and I was loving the way that kid had been playing, man. He had just been outstanding. He stunk it up, man. He was 10 of 21 for 119 yards and 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions.
Yep.
And was benched.
Yeah, for briefly, and then came back.
Yeah, because his sub came in, Elijah Book.
And sucked.
And threw a pick 6.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Notre Dame's coach was like, fool,
Book it.
Get back on the bench, man. And then what really made me understand that maybe Miami is for real is because they beasted them at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the whole night.
All night long.
All night long.
Is Miami's defensive front that nice? I mean, check this out. Running back Josh Adams going into the game had 1,231 yards.
Right.
He was averaging 8 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
They held that dude to 40 yards on 16 carries. That's 2.5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
He got nothing.
Stuffed.
He got Nathan.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, Miami, look out for them Hurricanes. It's good to see the Hurricanes back out there.
Oh, man.
They're doing something.
About time.
Number 1, Alabama outlasted a more than game Mississippi State.
Yeah, they seem to always have problems with them.
I actually kind of stayed up and watched the replay of that game until I fell asleep when dude was moving further into the action. I didn't move further into the action. I moved into Z's.
Yeah.
Into sleep.
Checking out them eyelids. Yeah, these are working fine.
But it was a good game. Alabama outscored Mississippi State 14-3 in the fourth quarter to win.
Seal the deal.
31-24. Jalen Hurts looked good.
Yeah.
He looked real good. He was 11 of 19 for 242 yards.
Efficient.
And a touchdown.
That's efficient right there.
That's a lot of yards for 11 throws.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like 20
completions.
yards.
Right.
Completion. Pep, I told you that.
What'd you tell me?
Iowa State and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State at Iowa State. I told you that was going to be a good game.
Yeah, and it was.
Oklahoma State outlasted Iowa State 49-42.
49-42.
They went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was a fun game to watch. Matter of fact, I think some of the most exciting football is being played in the Big 12.
Big 12, yeah.
Not much defense.
No.
But I don't know. I've seen dudes making some really spectacular plays. I mean, like, really spectacular.
Yeah.
And so, Big 12 football, you're pretty exciting. The game of the day was definitely Auburn opening up a can of whooping.
Wow.
On Clemson.
They did a Popeye. They didn't use a can
Georgia.
opener. They just ripped it open. Take this.
Auburn controlled the game on the ground as Kerryon Johnson lugged the rock 36 times for 167 yards.
Career high for him.
And then QB Jarrett Stidham slung it 23 times, completing 16 for 214 yards and 3 TDs in a convincing 40-17 stomping of Georgia.
Yeah, they did.
They made Georgia look like pretenders.
Yeah, they did.
They made them look like...
Where was Chubb? I didn't even see him.
They stopped Chubb, and they made him look like, to me, they made them look like they just gave them a number 1 ranking one day and then gave them a number 2 ranking one day, and they weren't even deserving. I mean, they didn't show up to play. They got manhandled.
Well, you know who's happy at that game.
Manhandled all day long.
You know who's happy at that game.
Oh,
Charles Barkley.
Oh, yeah, whatever. It wasn't the Auburn basketball team.
No, but you know,
he's a big Auburn fan.
They be giving him grief on there about Auburn football.
Auburn looked good though, man.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, are they really that good? I mean, they
lost 2 games.
Yeah. I mean,
so
that's the thing with college football. I mean, it's weak. I have to say this: it's tough on the road.
It is.
It's just tough on the road. Notre Dame. If Miami comes to Notre Dame, do they beat them like that?
No.
And
not like that.
Maybe if Auburn goes to Georgia, they got a different result.
Definitely.
But that road, I mean,
tough
like I said a few weeks ago, Pep, you just don't know who's going to win week to week in college football except Alabama.
It's sports, man. Everything is like week to week, day to day.
Except Alabama.
Well,
because they're winning every week.
But they did the same thing last year.
Yeah.
So,
they got all them NFL dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee's Butch Jones fired. They had talked about it for weeks.
Right.
They let Butch go after he lost 50-17 to Missouri. That'll be, hey, Kevin, the spin doctor's coming in messing up things in the studio.
What's up?
All right, man. Tune in to the Spin Doctor on your drive home from work. Kevin, the Spin Doctor, right here on Radio Avenue World, radio.world. You're listening to Lidline Sports with Renaud Pepe Bean and me. Granville Emerson is my name today. So this will be Tennessee's 5th coach in 11 years. 5th coach in 11 years.
They've been having some hard times. It ain't the same old Volunteers that we used to know and love.
Nah, definitely not back when Go Holloway, back in the country, Holloway days when they was doing things and the quarterback had his own song.
Yeah, now they getting it. Now they getting done. They're getting worked.
Getting that work for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. To the NBA, let's talk a little NBA right now.
Yeah, let's.
You got something you want to talk about in the NBA over there?
Well, the hot topic of the past week that I've seen was 2 things. First, the New York Knicks have been playing well.
Yeah.
And
talked about that last week.
Right. And Kristaps Porzingis averaging 30.4 a game. He sat out Wednesday. He got hurt.
Sound like an alcoholic drink.
But then he came right back the next night. He's got 34.
34?
So, yeah, he got 34 the other night, so he's doing it.
Can I get a 7-Up with some Kristaps?
Porzingis in a clean glass. Man.
Let me get a martini with some Kristaps.
Yes.
What kind of, Well, he's balling, man. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah.
So did you see that LeBron trolled Phil Jackson?
No, I didn't see that one. I missed that.
He trolled Phil Jackson about Dennis Smith Jr. He said that the Knicks made a mistake.
Didn't we say that on the show?
We did, especially you did.
No, because you were high on him first.
Oh, absolutely.
And I chimed in.
I had Dennis Smith Jr. on the Lidline Sports profile.
That's right.
Long before anybody knew who Dennis Smith Jr. was outside of North Carolina State.
Correct.
He was drafted 9th overall by the Dallas Mavericks. And LeBron was like, hey, didn't y'all have the 8th pick? And y'all drafted Frank Ntilikina?
Yeah. And how's he doing?
I don't know. He ain't in the news. He can't be doing much.
No, he ain't doing
nobody
nothing.
talking about him.
Well, we're a month into the season, in the preseason, as you call it.
Speaking of the Knicks, the Cavs were down 23.
Yep.
And just came back and beat the Knicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, same old Knicks.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say the top 8 so far in the East: Celtics, Pistons, Magic, Wizards, Knicks, Raptors, Sixers, and Bucks.
Yeah.
The top 8. And in the West, we got the Rockets, Warriors, Nuggets, Spurs, Grizz, Wolves, Pelicans, and the Blazers.
As we said earlier, Celtics with the best record in the league. Kyrie is out for maybe a game.
Yeah, he suffered a partial or a small facial fracture.
Yeah.
Took a bow.
Yeah, took a bow from Friendly Fire.
Yeah.
Took a bow from teammate Aaron Baines on a rebound. Baines turned around and smacked him with an elbow. That basketball is a contact sport. Uncle Drew will miss one game. They're fitting him for a mask. And he should be back as the masked man. Lonzo Ball with the triple-double. Did you see that?
I did. What, he had, 19, 11?
The youngest player ever to record a triple-double in the NBA.
Ever. Correct.
He had 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists. That's quite a game.
It is, and, he was due to break out because he had been having some subpar, lackluster performances previously. He failed to get in double figures like 4 or 5 games in a row. So, listen, he's a kid. I'm not going to kill the guy. He's a kid still. He's young. He's obviously talented. So he's just going to have to get some work in, get some work done to him, and, get some experience, and he'll be fine.
The dude is 19 years old.
Right.
And people expect people to mature and grow at the same rate. Everybody's not coming into the league at 19 years old. I mean, just look at Kobe Bryant. Look how Kobe Bryant struggled.
Yeah.
His first few years.
Everybody remembers that air ball.
Right? Against Utah.
Yeah, against Utah.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it wasn't a air ball, was 3.
Yeah. But I'm saying that last one was like, oh,
right.
Wow.
And so I don't understand people. I think people just want to criticize people nowadays. And to act like Lonzo Ball is not talented, you're crazy.
Yeah.
If anybody can go out and get a triple-double in the NBA, you can play.
Yeah, but, a lot of it has to do with LeVar, too. A lot of people want to kind of see him fail because of his dad, which is unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's really unfair. But it is what it is. And the kid, as he gets more comfortable with his team, as he gets more comfortable with his teammates, as he gets stronger as an individual, you're going to see his game develop. I mean, that's what it's all about in the NBA. Like people don't. Who had the microscope on Steph Curry his rookie year?
Yeah,
what did he do?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, but now he's the greatest thing ever, and people think he's the greatest thing ever, but because nobody had that microscope on him in his first few years in the league, and it took him like 3, 4, 5 years to actually be the Steph Curry that I actually thought he was going to be coming out of college, because he was doing some crazy things when he was at Davidson.
Well, yeah, he led them to the NCAA,
like single-handedly.
Yeah,
they had nobody else on their squad.
Right,
and he was balling. And so I'll keep saying this: Lonzo Ball will be an all-star in the NBA. It may happen when he's 21 or 22, but he will be an all-star in the NBA. He's just got too many intangibles. Just the fact that he can go out and get 19 points and 13 rebounds.
Right, and 11 assists.
12 assists.
In an NBA game.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that, ever.
Yeah, and so, he has game. Just to complete the thought that we had on the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland beat the New York Knicks 104 to 101. Sorry, Knicks, you lost. And people crack me up, too, talking about Cleveland. Cleveland right now is dead last in defense.
Right.
Right? And so they're talking about Cleveland. And I don't care, Pep. I'll say this right here. I don't care if Cleveland gets the 8th spot in the East. They're currently in the 9th. I don't care if they get the 8th spot. They're still going to make it to the Eastern Conference Championship. They'll end up
more than likely.
They'll end up playing the Celtics in the first round.
Yeah, right.
But I still think they'll beat them.
A little side note on the Cavs. Derrick Rose hurt again.
Yeah, I saw that. But we knew that.
Yeah.
You knew Derrick Rose was going to get hurt. You knew Dwayne Wade was going to get hurt. You just know that. And so as far as that goes, to me, it's all about how healthy the Cavaliers are come playoff time.
Yeah.
That all this stuff that happens in the season to me doesn't matter. Like I said, the real season doesn't start till after the All-Star game, and then after that, it's all about the playoffs. And Cleveland proved to me last year they weren't even caring about having home court advantage during the playoffs. They just forfeited that and still went and won the Eastern Conference Championship. So,
right.
I don't put any stock in that. Magic says that he won't tweak with Lonzo Ball's shot till after the season.
Right, and I expected that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely expected that. I've even said that several times, not on here, but off air and on Facebook. I've said the shot is broken, but you can't worry about it right now during the season.
Yeah.
It should have been fixed a long time ago. However, he's going to have to work on that on the off season. And Magic, Kobe, whoever, ex-Lakers that you got out there that can help him should do so and will do so. Sure.
Here's my thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with his shot. I think it looks crazy, but it goes in. And it's just a matter of him being comfortable. I've seen him shoot that NBA three. I think it's just a matter of him being comfortable and confident with that shot. I don't see him getting it blocked. It's kind of like Jamal Wilkes. Anyway, you're listening to Lidline Sports on Rainier Avenue Radio.world and the TuneIn.com app. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be back with NFL Pep Talk. Talk some Seahawks, talk some Huskies, and more right after this break. Stay tuned. I don't know what to tell you, bruh. Anyway, it's time for NFL Pep Talk with Pep. What you got over there, bro?
Hey, man, there's some fallout going on with the Dallas Cowboys. First of all, Jerry Jones is being threatened by NFL owners to stop messing around with Roger Goodell's contract extension because Jerry Jones threatened to sue. So there's some stuff going on there. And, of course, we know that Ezekiel Elliott is out for, 6 games.
Told you.
So we saw what happens when you have no running game and all of a sudden your protection disappears.
Yeah, I mean, I told you Ezekiel Elliott was going to be out. He couldn't keep dodging that 6-game suspension the whole year. They say it might be 4, so he's going to be up.
Well, I think they could. Yeah, they're going back to court after 4, but it still might extend to 6, whatever. We'll see.
It may. As for Roger Goodell, his new contract, and Jerry Jones, who's trying to strong-arm him, trying to throw his weight around, and then today Arthur Blanks came out and told Jerry Jones to quit tripping.
Yeah.
Like, Jerry Jones is the one that approved this 6-team owner committee that was supposed to, their job was supposed to negotiate Roger Goodell's contract extension.
Right.
All right. And so now, because of what Roger Goodell has done with the player protest situation, Jerry Jones wants him out.
Right.
Basically. And so he tried to throw his weight around, and the rest of the owners like, bro, you ain't got that much weight.
Yeah.
He's acting like a spoiled child.
And supposedly yesterday, between the Falcons and the Cowboys, Jones and Blank were conspicuously separated. They weren't, they didn't mingle together before or after the game. So, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyway.
On the field.
Yeah, on the field. Well, it looks like the New Orleans Saints got, 7 in a row.
Yeah.
So, that was a surprise. No, I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it coming either.
They got rid of Peterson, and they did that because they wanted to give the ball more to Ingram and Alvin Kamara. And, boy, did it work, because they got, 298 yards rushing yesterday. And we know the Bills are the Bills, okay? But still, you go on the road and do that, that's saying something. You win 7 in a row in the NFL, that's still saying something.
So that's a different look, man. That's a different look for the New Orleans Saints.
Right. And you know what else is a different look? Is they got some defense.
Yeah.
Well,
there was a time in their franchise where when they went Super Bowl.
Well, Super Bowl,
yeah,
but I mean,
defense,
but historically, the Saints in defense don't, it's like, what?
Yeah, but this is really a different look where Drew Brees only puts the ball up 25 times.
Right. That, like I said, that running game.
Mark Ingram was 21 carries for 131 yards and 3 TDs.
And Alvin Kamara, you got him?
No, but I can find them.
Okay.
That ain't hard to do.
Right.
Because the Saints blew them out.
But anyway,
blew the Bills out 47-10. And I told you the Bills were some pretenders anyway.
Oh, yeah. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Listen, they've lost 2 in a row. They lost to the Jets the week before that. So.
Alvin Kamara, 12 carries for 106 yards.
Yeah, see, they lighting it up.
8.8 yards per carry.
They was gashing.
They gassed the Bills. But where's the Bills' defense?
Well, I guess it's out to lunch. So in the NFC, you've got Minnesota, the Rams, New Orleans, and Philadelphia, the top teams, and all of them are hot.
Yeah.
All of them are hot.
Yeah.
Especially Philly. Well, I can't say especially because New Orleans has won 7 in a row. And you know what? There's a little thing going on in Minnesota too, because guess who's back?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yes.
Is he gonna get his job back?
Well, they're talking like he is.
Well, I want to see it.
I'd be surprised. Well, I don't know if I'd be surprised, but they're 7-2, and listen, I'm not saying that Case Keenum is an All-Pro, but he has kept the ship afloat, and that's what you need from your backup. You need to keep it afloat, and he's done actually more than that. They're in first place. So, and of course, is it by default because Aaron Rodgers isn't in Green Bay?
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. But hey,
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
But you still got to go out and win games, and that's what they're doing.
Absolutely. The NFC is a tough division.
Yeah.
AFC is basically
New England
deal.
Yeah. New England.
Well, New England's 7-2.
Right.
Pittsburgh 7-2.
Right.
Tennessee,
but they sure did not look 7-2-ish yesterday against the Colts. But they won the game.
They won 4 in a row.
Yeah, they won the game. So
Patriots have won 5 in a row.
Right.
So
and they've kind of righted their defensive lapses.
Steelers.
No, Patriots.
Patriots.
Because the first month of the season they were.
Their defense was terrible.
Yeah, they were giving them 32 points a game, and since then it's been 17.
Yeah.
So they're rolling along.
Yeah. So, the AFC is just weak.
It is.
To me, there's 2 teams in the AFC:
New
England and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's it.
That you even really have to worry about.
It's funny. I was looking at some stats and some old scores, and I forgot that the Denver Broncos blew out the Dallas Cowboys 42-17 earlier in the year.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
It's a crazy season.
Man, and Denver's like, there's several teams that you can just say goodbye to 2017. Denver's one of them. Houston's another one. We didn't even get into
Indianapolis.
For sure. We didn't even get into Deshaun Watson last week. Somehow we missed that.
Yeah,
he's hurt.
We kind of ran out of time last week. I had that on the thing to talk about Deshaun Watson, and I wanted to talk about the whole fact that the Houston Texans are just willing to throw their season away. They know good and well Tom Savage is not an NFL quarterback.
Terrible.
He is not an NFL quarterback. And so why you would just say...
And didn't they also bring back T.J. Yates? Did he go there or was it somewhere else?
No. They brought in some dude. But they just signed Josh Johnson.
Right. Okay. I remember him.
Like, really? Josh Johnson hasn't played since 2013.
Right.
And hasn't played or thrown a pass since 2011.
Right.
And why?
And what did he do then?
He didn't do anything. He's a journeyman. He's played for like 6 different teams. Off the top of my head, he played for the Bengals. I remember him there. He's basically a running quarterback, and this ain't college, so I don't know why they're just like, to me, it's just ridiculous that these franchises will throw away a complete season to prove a point against Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
None.
There's no way in heck that you do not go out and sign Colin Kaepernick, a quarterback that fits right into the system that you have created for Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
He fits right in.
Yeah.
So why would you not sign him other than the fact that you are bigoted and racist? And you are in a collusion to not sign this man. That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me at all. To not bring this dude in for a workout.
It don't make sense.
When you would go out and sign a dude that has not played since 2013 and hasn't thrown a pass since 2011. That you would go out for 2 straight games after you had been on a nice winning streak. That you would go out 2 straight games and lose with a quarterback. When your record, you were 3-2, then you lost to the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. Now you're 3-6.
Right.
After losing 3 in a row.
And you go back to a quarterback that you took out in the first game, and he couldn't even finish half the game.
In the first place.
I mean, what?
Makes no sense.
None.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense to me what's going on in Kansas City either. They are 6-3, and a terrible 6-3 after starting undefeated.
Right, 5-0.
Started 5-0.
I don't. You know what? I've seen it before.
Still time to recover.
We've seen it before, man. We've seen Minnesota go 5-0 and a couple of years ago and tank. Seen the Falcons before the year before the Super Bowl. They went 5-0, went to New Orleans, got destroyed, and it ended up 8-8.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Folks get all excited first 4 or 5 games. You know, you go undefeated, they think you Super Bowl bound. No. Talk to me when you're in November and you're 8-1, 7-2, okay? Yeah. Or 9-0.
Yep. At least get into the last part of November, December. That'll tell you what's happening, especially that month of December.
Right.
Share your comments on Lidline Sports Facebook page. Like and follow us on Facebook. And lidlinesports@yahoo.com. You can email us there. This is Lidline Sports with Granville Emerson. You can call me G. And this guy across from me, Renault, Pepe Bean. You can call him Pepe.
Yep.
And we're coming to you tonight live on a blustery, rainy, windy night in Seattle, Washington on Rainier Avenue, radio.world, and the tunein.com app. Seahawks beat the Cardinals 22-15 on a Thursday night game wearing the lines, line uniforms.
Right. Still no running game.
Ain't gonna be no running game.
No.
Man. And you know what's funny to me about that whole thing is Tom Cable is a run coach first. He is supposed to be the guru that teaches run blocking.
Right.
And they supposedly draft run blockers and teach them how to pass block. That's the whole irony of the whole thing. Right? Mm-hmm. And you know, hey.
How's that working out?
I don't know. It's not working out well. And Dwayne Brown, who we just got from the Houston Texans, at left tackle, who has been playing very well.
Yeah, I heard.
Now he got hurt and has an ankle sprain, and they don't know if he'll be available when they play on Monday night versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Right.
Russell Wilson may be fined for ducking the sideline concussion protocol.
Man, that was funny.
It was.
Oh my gosh!
So for those of you that don't know, what happens is if the referee suspects that you may have a concussion, if you get hit hard or if you're showing any kind of signs, like Russell Wilson got tackled and hit in his chin.
Right.
So he was rubbing his chin, like, you know, trying to get himself together.
Shaking them cobwebs.
And so the ref kicked him out of the field. So he's supposed to go into the tent, and an independent evaluator is supposed to evaluate him for a concussion. This dude went into the tent, and before the flap closed, he was running back out.
Oh, my God. That was hilarious.
I'm like, this dude, it's like, man, come on. Everybody knows ain't nobody done one test. You just ducked your head inside there and ran back out on the field. So suspect that he will be fined by the league for that one. Richard Sherman out for the season with a torn Achilles.
Right. He knew it right away. He was saying it on the sideline. He's getting hugs. You knew right away, right there, that tells you he was done.
But I've never seen anybody walk around grinning and laughing with a torn Achilles.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. Now, was it a partial tear or is it a full? Because I would think that an Achilles injury like that would be so bad you couldn't be walking around, and sure enough, wouldn't be laughing and giggling.
The only thing that I can really think of off the top of my head, this is not verifiable, is that he said that he had been having problems with his Achilles
right.
for a few games. So I think he said since the Rams game.
Right.
And so maybe they had shot him up to get him out there.
I'm thinking that.
And then so if,
plausible.
Yeah, so if he felt it pop and go, then he might not have been feeling any feeling in his foot.
Right. Not then.
Not then.
But I'm sure that night.
Yeah. Well, they said he left on crutches.
Yeah.
So it was either that or a combination of adrenaline or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've never seen anybody walk around. He's joking on the sideline with people. But so how did they replace Richard Sherman? He's the #1 cornerback in the NFL.
Well, you just don't replace him. You just got to get another guy to help. And they brought in and signed Byron Maxwell.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out.
Byron Maxwell, and fortunately they got Jeremy Lane back
right.
from the trade with Houston. It didn't go through because he failed his physical. So they got him back. And then Deshaun Shedd should be making a return. So hopefully they'll be able to,
Well, you know what?
Not gonna be
Shaq Griffin is we gonna really see now, because I think he's gonna be the target.
Well, he's always been the target. They wouldn't even throw on Richard Sherman's side.
Right.
So now they're going to be throwing on the other side, throwing on whoever is going to be replacing Sherman. So,
but I like Griffin. I like
up.
Shaq Griffin. I think he's pretty good.
He is. He's really good. He's really good, if you ask me. Well, Pep, just play the music. I don't know what the song is we're going to play, but it's a funeral music. One day I'll fly away. I don't know. The Huskies' playoff chances are over.
Done.
Buried.
Dun-dada, dun-dada, dun-dada.
Stanford head coach David Shaw just flat out coached Chris Peterson.
Yeah.
On a Friday night ESPN game. Not ESPN.
FS1.
FS1. Oh, the craziest thing in the world. Like,
I know what you're going to say.
What? I had to leave my house because I got DirecTV. So if you got DirecTV, you either got to pay more for FS2, which is stupid, or you can't watch the game. So it's on FS1. I tune in to watch the game, and they got a NASCAR truck race
right
that stalled.
Yes, because of a wreck.
Because of a wreck.
Yes.
And so you can't watch the game. The game's going on, and you got to sit there and watch some NASCAR trucks. Not even NASCAR cars. Right. NASCAR trucks. And then after the race was over, they still didn't go to the Husky game. They did a post-race.
Nice.
Like, really?
Well, I have the Roku stick. So I got FS1 and FS2. So when I was watching FS1 and I saw the race, I'm like, what the heck? So they said, if you're looking for the UW game, blah, blah, blah.
It's on FS2. I saw that on the tip.
Yeah, they said, go to FS2. So I went right over to FS2. Okay, here it is.
Man, that was some bull.
Oh, I agree.
And
but thank you, Roku stick.
We need to send some letters to the Pac-12 commissioner. You got your prime time game on Friday night and can't. Yeah. And they got a doggone NASCAR truck.
Yeah, I don't know how they didn't just kick away from that, put that on FS2, and then put the game on FS1 as scheduled.
Yeah, not even under the caution flag. It was straight stopped.
Yeah.
I'm like, that reminds me when I went to my one and only NASCAR race at the California 500, Pep.
Ooh, tell us about it.
Man, it ended under the caution flag. That is the lamest thing in the world.
Remember Demolition Derby?
Yeah.
I went to one.
Did you?
Up in Vancouver.
That's where that originated from.
Yeah, that's where I went. My dad, because, for most of us in the Northwest, growing up in the 60s and 70s, Vancouver had what they call the PNE, the Pacific National Exhibition.
And I remember that. I went.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Seattle has Seafair, so Vancouver had that. So we went up there to the PNE, and saw the Demolition Derby, and I thought that was the greatest thing ever. I was like 8 or 9, so I was loving it.
Well, yeah, I was loving that NASCAR too. It was zoom, 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 zoom. And then it just stopped and it ended under the caution. You know how that works? Like who's ever in first place?
Right.
You go around and around and around behind the dog car.
And you can't pass nobody.
Nobody can pass anybody, and that's how the race ends.
Yeah.
That is whack. Ended under. Why don't you just end the race then? You know, make him like, bruh, whatever. Anyway, Stanford offense bullied the vaunted Huskies defense. And Love, their running back, ran all over us.
Yeah, 30 carries, 166 yards, Bryce Love.
Yeah. Jake looked terrible.
But his stats, you know, if you looked at his stats look good. But he does not look the same as he did last year, man.
He looked terrible.
He looks like he has regressed.
And yes, he's running around and won't throw the ball. I'm like, this is the last play of the game, Jake. Throw the damn ball.
Yeah, hello.
What are you doing? Throw a Hail Mary. You ever heard of Hail Mary, Jake?
I guess he's never
Jake
heard of
Browning. Now, Pep, the Huskies have to play spoiler.
Yep.
WSU.
Well, they play Utah first. And then, I know. They fell behind Wazoo in the standing.
The Utah game don't matter. The WSU
Better matter if they...
It will matters from that standpoint, but WSU can't win the Pac-12 North, man. Come on, man. But they hold their destiny in their own hands. All they got to do is beat the UW.
Yep.
That's it. And they win it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the craziest thing ever.
And then they'll play USC for the championship.
That's the craziest thing ever, Pep.
I don't think the Huskies can beat USC.
Who would have thought that?
Anyway.
Well.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Maybe I guess it might be a rematch then. It'll be a rematch between the WSU and USC. And USC's going to smack them in the next week the next time they play.
Yeah. For sure.
In the Pac-12.
Unless Falk is hot. We'll see. But, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. So what happens, folks, is there will be, if the Huskies win, there'll be a three-way tie. The Huskies would need Stanford to lose to Cal at home. And if the Huskies beat Utah and Stanford loses to Cal at home and the Huskies beat the Cougars, then the Huskies get in.
Right.
If the Cougars win, they get in. If the Huskies beat the Cougars and Stanford beats Cal, then Stanford gets in to play USC in the Pac-12 championship. That's how that all goes down.
Yeah, well, you know what? The Huskies did it to themselves. You know,
they did it to themselves, Pep. They lost to ASU in the desert.
Exactly.
And Stanford in the Bay.
Yes. What we say about the road?
It's a tough place, man, but you got to be prepared to play on the road, man.
And you got to beat them teams.
Talking about somebody that digressed. Their whole team digressed.
Yeah, and you got to beat those teams. Those teams aren't even ranked.
Exactly.
You know, there's a difference. Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame went to Miami. Miami's a top 10 team.
There's a big difference. Last year we lost to USC and Alabama.
Right.
This year we lose to ASU
and Stanford.
Well, come on, y'all.
And could be more.
Come on, y'all. What's going down in the town? Well, the Huskies basketball team had 2 home games. They're 2-0.
Hey, Jalen Noel. Is he really a freshman?
32 points versus Belmont. The Belmont Bruins of Nashville, Tennessee. You know, Belmont plays in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Right.
Top-tier mid-major
Hey, they've
program.
been in the tournament.
I was about to say, they're no stranger to the tournament.
Right.
Sunday's game versus Eastern Washington, Noah Dickerson had 28 points and 22 rebounds. We'll see if that'll happen again.
No.
that was kind of like the eclipse.
Yeah.
It may not come around again. The 2017-18 WIA basketball season just got started today, Pep.
Hey, I heard that the coach for Lincoln of Tacoma put out a tweet. Did you hear about that?
A tweet. He's been tweeting.
Okay, but I'm talking about a particular one.
He's butthurt because his star player, Trey Anderson, is now at Rainier Beach.
Okay.
And so he's butthurt behind that.
Right.
So he has straight out accused Mike Bethea of recruiting Trey Anderson.
Okay.
And so now he's on a crusade to claim that Seattle schools are recruiting players. And so when Garfield football team beat Lincoln of Tacoma, where he coaches the boys basketball team,
right,
this past Saturday in the state football playoffs, 44-41, great game.
Right.
He sent out another tweet criticizing Garfield, saying that at least Lincoln of Tacoma does it the right way and that Garfield recruited all these players, yada, 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 yada. And so, I mean, you know, come on, man. Everybody knows that there is recruiting going on in the state of Washington.
Thank you.
It's been that way since I was in high school. It's always going to be that way. That's the way it is. I mean,
hey, make your program a place where kids want to come to then.
I serve as an assistant coach for Seattle Prep in the prestigious 3A Metro League. Tough league where new dudes come in all the time.
All the time.
But I encourage you to come out and watch some games in the Metro League.
I definitely will. You know that.
Rainier Beach showcases Trey Anderson. I love that kid. He is a gamer. He's got just the sweetest jump shot. And they got arguably the best player in the state in Kevin Porter. Have you had a chance to watch him play?
I've seen Kevin Porter plenty of times.
And now Garfield,
since he was a freshman.
Since a freshman. Yeah. He's arguably the best player in the state. Big 6'7" lefty. He's nice with it. Garfield senior Jerron Brooks returns, 4-year varsity player, played for us as a freshman at Seattle Prep. Started as a freshman.
Yes, I remember.
On our
I
team
remember that too.
Lost to Garfield in the state semifinals. Jamon Kemp, Sean Kemp's son.
Yes.
I really like that kid, and
me too.
I just hope that they're not recruiting kids over him and not giving him a chance to shine, because
I've liked him since I've seen him at junior varsity.
I thought he should have started last year.
Right.
I really like him.
He's good.
I'm waiting to see if this guy, Ed Chang, they said that he may come or he may not come. Big 6'7" dude out of Nebraska.
Right.
The #1 player in the state of Nebraska, UW recruit, is supposed to be going there. They're saying that P.J. Fuller may be coming back from Mater Dei. I guess they got some exodus from Mater Dei. Bol, the big 7-footer, is leaving Mater Dei as well.
Is that down in L.A.?
Down in L.A., yeah. Catholic school down there.
Yeah.
And so also Pierre Cockrell, back home in Seattle from Napa, going there. C.J. Ellaby from Cleveland High School is a player to watch. Signed with Washington State today.
Yes.
Franklin has the ultra-quick Marquand Williams, maybe the best point guard in the Metro
Now, is he
League.
the kid from Chicago?
From Chicago, along with hyperactive Maurice Bennett. That dude is nice, 6'5", and energetic. And O'Day has Noah Williams, the son of WSU Cougar legend Guy the Fly Williams. So some good players in the Metro League, along with the kids I got at Seattle Prep. And we will be trying to make some noise in the Metro League. Come on out and watch some games. On behalf of Renault Pepe Bean, I'm Granville Emerson. Thank you for listening to Little Line Sports. You can listen to Little Line Sports on RainierAvenueRadio.world as well as TuneIn.com. Follow us or like us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, at Little Line Sports. Join us again next week for more great sports talk radio on Little Line Sports. Sports as we see it from
just below our lid.
Holla. Bam!